Joining me right now is Abhinav Vij from IBM Consulting. Abhinav, I'd like to know from you what is the latest trend that the CFO community should watch out for?
I think for CFOs, one of the biggest trends which are coming up, which we are seeing, is they're more involved in the digital transformation of organizations. I think the traditional role that they've played in the past of sitting on the side and being scorekeepers, that's actually changing now towards them being more involved in decision making, prioritizing what digital transformation should be about, and then eventually, obviously, looking at the financials and keeping it in check. I think the other piece, which is also there already, is the abundance of data that's available to them. I think what they will come across as challenges around how to use that data for decision making. I think we've gone from a world where data was supposed to be scarce to a world where it is now abundant in nature. The challenge that they do have now is they have so much information bombarded to them, and to figure out what is the right decision to be taking from that. And I think the solutions that we've seen in the past work out have been around AI and analytics, actually helping simplify things for them.
Very well said. So, what, as per you, in the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of disruption. What is one thing that has really worked for your organization?
So I think I'll talk. So for IBM, obviously there have been a lot of disruption around because of COVID with lockdowns. Digitization picked up a whole bunch of steam of its own. But I think specifically for analytics and AI, there's a much more higher adoption of it. I think it's become much more acceptable to have it as part of processes. People understand how digitization helps them in their day-to-day life, and analytics and AI has also seen a huge amount of uptick. Obviously, as people go digital from offline, and once now the lockdowns have gone back, once they come back to offline, some of that behavior is still persisting, right? So they still do engage with digital platforms, generate a lot of data, which organizations now have an opportunity of leveraging for creating new kind of insights, which is where I think that persistent effect of data being there for analytics and AI is now there, which is a huge opportunity both for the industry as well as for our organization as well.
My last question for you is that what are your key takeaways from today's summit?
So I think we heard from many CFOs, including the roundtables as well as the sessions which were happening on the floor as well. I think a couple of things which came out. I think CFOs feel that their lives are much more complicated and complex right now. The traditional roles that they used to play are much beyond than what they were doing in the past. And I think they want to simplify their day-to-day operations. They want to automate a lot of things, remove a lot of clutter from their desk, which is where I think some of the insights around looking at what the external data and the internal data and how it can be married together to get to more insightful decisions is a kind of a solution that they're looking for. I think that's one key takeaway that I heard. Second is I think a lot of focus around how do you embed intelligence into processes. And I think the key highlight from the roundtable session that we had for IBM was that the CFOs did feel that even though AI and data are prevalent across the organization, they're not seeing it surface in processes. So I think baking in intelligent workflows and combining it with AI is one thing which has come out as a key demand for us.